Let's do it. Control the opening tip. Jackson. To Drummond. Oh, big finish at the rim.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
James to Ball. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Oh, he sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. To Nick Young. Griffin to Drummond. That's no good. JaVale McGee to James. And the finish. Slam dunk.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Young. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
James, LeBron James, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Reggie Jackson rocks the rim.
It's a new day in sports when you see little guards dunk the ball like they're big. That's called a 40-inch vertical.
Ball brings the rock up court. Probing the defense. Ball to Josh Hart. Runner's good there.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Jackson with it. They're down 3. Tough make through traffic.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Ball to the basket, but a shot won't go.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Reggie Jackson, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Ball to James. Shot won't, and a putback slam.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
The possession in favor of Detroit. Here comes the screen. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Jackson with it. Down 3. To Griffin. Rejected by McGee. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGee. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Griffin. To Jackson. Ish Smith. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Simply put, can you build a franchise around Blake Griffin right now?
No, not right now. I think he's starting to get to the latter part of his career. I think he could be a key cog in a championship team, but just not the main guy.
LeBron James, 3 for 4. Good start. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
His first effort off the mark. Ball with it up top. Up by 3. Off the assist.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul. but take it when you can get it.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Ish Smith to Reggie Jackson. Trying to cash in. Reggie Jackson, not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Jackson with it. They trail by 7. Gets it in the left corner. Kennard. Nice pass to set things up. Wide open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 0, Andre Drummond. Entering the game for the Lakers, number 14.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Kennard. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LBJ has it. That's blocked by Zaza.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a look. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
To Luke Kennard. Drummond to Smith. Jackson. And he scores on the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
To James. Shot from the lane won't go. Ish Smith to Jackson. Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. Has a chance. It's no good. Not sure what he was thinking there. James. To Caldwell Pope. Couldn't keep it in. Off Contavious Caldwell Pope. From the painted area, won't go down. Straight on 3, at the buzzer, and a 3-point for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We're through one from Staples Center with the Lakers on top. Jay and I back with more of NBA Wednesday night on EA Sports after this. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Lakers ball, James. Short jumper misses. LeBron James with that shot, he's 5 for 8.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Lance Stevenson with the dunk. Jay, we're seeing more of the same to start the second.
It's called settle for more. Just because a defender gives you space doesn't mean that you need to take the jump shot. Keep attacking the rim. It will open up eventually.
Detroit with 4 to shoot.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. James, guarded by Young. And that blocked by Griffin.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Short jumper off the mark. Trying to cash in. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Has a look. Slams it home on the putback.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Young. To Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. He's 2 for 2 now.
Every time I hear Blake's name, I think about what could have been. Yeah, Blake, I miss Lob City too.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Pistons have it. It's blocked by Chandler. Out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. LeBron with it up top. The advantage is 13 points. Gets to the basket and scores.
Just like Linsanity in New York, Kuzmania took L.A. by storm his rookie year. There's no doubt he has crazy talent, but it's his heart that endears him to the fans and his teammates. Even though he was drafted late in the first round, Kyle Kuzma is the one.
Across the timeline comes James. His team on top by 13. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
8 seconds. It's going the other way. Time for some new personnel into the game. James. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball. And number 7, JaVale McGee.
James to Ball. Missed a wide open look. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Beyond the arc, buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ish Smith at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 66%. Oh, he can't connect. It's Detroit's ball. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 2.
Nick Young has got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. down the second after missing the first. LeBron into the front court. He'll run the offense. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
And he can't convert the free throw. Ish Smith to Nick Young. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
And the basket good at the rim.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Griffin. Lakers come up with it.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
It was right there. To Nick Young. For 3, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Surprised to say the least. I know I didn't expect LeBron to be back in the 2-1-6. But as we know, we should come to expect the unexpected with him every time.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 5, Tyson Chandler.
Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
James to Ball. Down low for Kuzma. The pass set it all up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Josh Hart. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. To Griffin. Out. Blake Griffin. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James. Knocked loose. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Pistons. So it stays with the LA Lakers. James to Josh Hart. Ball. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half with the Lakers in command.
Let's get right into the action here. The Lakers worked hard for their halftime lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Pistons have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. Figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Assists.
The Detroit Pistons struggled to play the angles and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of this situation.
Player of the half.
The chosen one did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game. Hey, watch the screen left.
James. To Ball. LeBron, defended by Nick Young. Trying to cash in. James shot no good.
They've been getting open looks, makeable shots that just can't find their way in, but it makes these next few offensive possessions down the stretch even more important.
And draws the foul.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Reggie Jackson at the line for 2 shots. A career 85% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. James, guarded by Young. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Jackson lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
The assist from number 0, Kyle.
Pistons ball here. Jackson to Griffin. It's Kuzma up to block the shot.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
LeBron James matched up with Young. To Kyle Kuzma. Ball.
Double team. Here we go.
to Josh Hart. 4-3. No good. Working the outside. James to Ball. Pistons have the rebound. Up top, it's Young. The deficit now up to a dozen. Nice pass to set things up.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Jackson with it. Down a dozen. Down low for Griffin. Slam dunk.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
LBJ with it. To Ball.
Oh, yeah, me and you.
Pass stolen by Detroit.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Reggie Jackson. Driving right to the basket. To the basket goes Jackson, but a shot won't fall.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
James to Ball. Lonzo Ball at the line. First one, count it. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Great dish to set it up. Fires the three, not getting the bounce.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice post.
Ball to James. Oh, you could sense that coming.
There is a premium market for players with that type of hand-eye coordination.
To James. Rebound to Detroit. Young into the front court. His guys down by 9. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
There's only so many times you can hide from the truth. That was horrific defense. Just got to get it back on the next possession.
Chance here for LeBron. And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Entering the game for Los Angeles,
Is Smith. Griffin buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
I'm here.
James. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Turns, hops, and finishes. The abuse at the rim for Blake Griffin.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more.
Tyson Chandler, knockout blow, slams it down.
The veteran, he's made a living by doing this for years.
To Luke Kennard.
This is my man right here. Y'all get yours. I got ball.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
And he hits.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him. Team.
Kuzma to James.
got him. You got him. Back to him, back to him, back to him.
Has a look. And a putback slam.
When you let him get inside position like that on the glass, you can expect that every single time.
To Smith. Down to Griffin. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Cruises inside for two.
You know what we call that, Ed? We call that now you see me, now you don't.
The possession in favor of Detroit. To Smith. Probing the defense. Ish Smith to Griffin. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
To James. Working it outside. Stevenson. To James. Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball hits the tough shot. The defender played it well. Lonzo strikes.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Team foul number 3. Los Angeles Lakers are in the building. Stepping in for the Detroit Pistons, number 27.
Here's blocked by Chandler.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
The assist from number 9, Rashad.
Deep three at the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete. So far, it's been all Lakers. Pistons basketball here to start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Cutter, coming through, coming through.
Cashes in for 2.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Smith. Down low for Griffin. Shot from the lane won't go. Caldwell Pope. Whoa, gets to the rim and they'll count the basket. 2 steps or 5 steps, I don't know, Jay. It looked good.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Smith. To Griffin. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Here's Rondo with it. His guys holding the big lead. Ish Smith to Nick Young. And he'll go to the foul line.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Nick Young, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First one goes down.
Serving in for the Pistons, number 0,
to convert on both free throws. To Caldwell Pope.
I got ball. It's all me.
Hart. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons.
I'm here. I got ball.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To Caldwell Pope. Trying to cash in. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Young gets it in the left corner. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Wide open look, won't go. Has a look. Brandon Ingram with some Durham flavor on that putback slam.
Ooh, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
And that's rebounded by the Lakers. Rondo with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Another chance. Another shot won't go either. JaVale McGee. Pass stolen by Detroit. To Drummond. Rises for the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Defense, let's go.
Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go. Had a good look there, but it's no good. To Josh Hart. Caldwell Pope. And finishes strong.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Calderon, not that time.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
To Josh Hart.
You hear a lot of talk about Donovan Mitchell, but Kyle Kuzma is probably one of the biggest surprises in the draft last year. Averaging around 16 points per game and became an all-rookie first team after being drafted 27th overall.
To Josh Hart. To Kyle Kuzma. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
Not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. To Nick Young. Sizing up the defense. Here comes the screen. Young to Drummond. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his 4th block of the evening.
Can't connect. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, and that's 5 blocks tonight.
Offensive rebound to Kyle Kuzma. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions.
Ish Smith to Griffin.
Stepping in for LA, number 2, Lonzo Ball.
Ish Smith to Griffin. Detroit with 4 to shoot. The shot missed by Smith.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To Kyle Kuzma.
Hands up. You got him. You got him.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. Scores from the post. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer's good. Not the greatest show of sportsmanship. An already contentious battle has now come to a close. The Lakers get the victory as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers put together a nice win here today. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Pistons couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Detroit Pistons.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Los Angeles Lakers were most impressive in the way they turned their effort into second chance points. If I was their coach, I'd be very proud of the team for the way they played with heart.
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Los Angeles Lakers. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew,